Break 80 faithful. We have a guest joining us that is known for his dynamic personality, powerful swing, part of a group that might be the biggest on YouTube golf space. And I'm sure you've heard of Good. He goes by Big Mo. Thanks for joining us. I think you're live from, is it Utah?
Yep, St. George, Utah.
St. George, Utah. Well, thanks for coming on, Mo.
No, thank you for having me. I'm excited. It's been
Well,
a while.
well, we've had Mac Bauscher on the podcast before. A creator. I kind of like compare him to you a little bit because if you know him pretty well, your rise to like the creator space in golf kind of reminds me reminds me of your story where you had, you grew up in Utah and you hit all these shots with these amazing landscapes in the background and stingers and all that kind of shot, those kind of shots, and kind of brought your rise to the creator space. It's almost like you're playing in Fantasyland out there.
I know.
What's your beginning of that social media journey like, and how did you even get into golf in the first place?
Yeah, so to answer that first question, like I learned everything, believe it or not, from Matt. I love watching, I literally just watched all his videos and how he did it, I did it the same way. I just added my personality into it. That's the only difference. Like, I'm telling you, I'm the biggest Mac Boucher fan there is. Like, no one can top me. Um, and then of course watching everyone else's Garrett's channel, and it's just fun to kind of get into the space and just add your twist because at the end of the day everyone's doing the same thing. It's just who can add their personality the best. But I started golfing when I was 5 years old and been playing ever since. Baseball is my favorite sport, my most favorite sport, even to this day. And so I started out playing baseball the most, and then that's probably where I got a lot of my power, was just through baseball. And then when I was 15 years old, I I only focused on golf because I had hip replacement, and baseball was kind of out of the picture. Golf, I knew at the time in 2015 was going to get me more scholarships, for college to go play further, and pay for my education. So I just did golf then, and then um, in 2022, October 2022 is when I started Malosi Golf. I had no intentions for it to go anywhere. I more so just created it because, like I said, I loved what Mac Boucher was doing. Like he's just so unique, and his content was so unique. It was something different, and I think that's why I liked so much about it. And so, like I said, I started Malosi Golf in October of 2022, and it went somewhere. It went somewhere big, and I've loved every second of it. You know,
You didn't want to be the next Bo Jackson and play baseball with the fake hip?
yeah. I don't know if that would have worked in today's society. There's too many. I don't know if that would have worked.
What
There's
what
so many good athletes nowadays.
what hip is it? I'm trying to picture my golf swing and thinking about what hip it would be in that part of it. So you're a right-handed golfer. Which hip is it?
My right hip,
Your right hip. Okay.
right hip.
And does that impact your swing at all? Would you say or not?
No, it actually helped my swing because before the hip replacement, I had so many surgeries before, and I had a big limp. So my right leg was kind of like how John Rahm is. Like it was like half an inch shorter than my left leg. And so after all the procedures that were done, it was ended up being like I said, half an inch shorter. So I'd just be walking around limping everywhere, and so it was very uncomfortable to swing a golf club.
You played, I think I saw somewhere. You play a year of junior college golf in like eastern Wyoming or something. I mean, that's like one of the most desolate places in the United States. What is golf like there?
Dude, Torrington, Wyoming it's a special place. They have their home course or their only course in Torrington is the best golf course in like all of that conference of college. Um, it is what's it called again? Um, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the golf course, but I'll remember it later. It was good. It was really windy out there. I think that's where I learned how to The washer and dryer is going. I was
That's
like, what is
fine.
that? I was like, what does that sound? The what do you call it? I learned how to play a lot into the wind there in Wyoming because it's super windy, and it was just really good. 1 second, sorry.
I like that. We get a little behind the scenes footage here for everybody about the daily life of a good golfer.
MTV Cribs. MTV Cribs.
MTV Cribs just doing my laundry. It just sounded like it was spraying everywhere. But yeah, dude, Wyoming golf was fun. It was freezing. I played in snow a few times. Um, Not like bad snow, just there's snow on the ground. And I only played 1 year of college golf there, and it got cold. And then I transferred to St. George to Dixie Tech or Dixie State at the time, and I've been here ever since. 2018 is when I moved here to St. George, and I haven't left.
Well, at some point, you bumped into Garrett and developed a relationship that was strong enough to get you part of Good. So, can you talk to us a little bit about that? Maybe that initial meeting, how that went. I
Yeah,
mean, like I said, if you started your page in 2022, that's a pretty quick rise to get to the point where you're mingling with the folks from Good.
yeah. No, it was Garrett and I. We've followed each other for almost a year time now. I think from when I started my page, and it wasn't until the Desert Open of 2024 when I went in to the event to go watch as a fan. I ran into him, and we've talked to each other on in DMs, prior. Like he'll swipe up on my story here and there. Of course, I'm swiping up on his stories. And like we'll just chat a little bit, and then we met officially at the Desert Open for maybe 10 seconds, and after that, Garrett invited me in March of 2024 to he was doing a GM trip in Houston, Texas, and I ended up going, and it was such fun content. The first video we ever did was probably just like the beginning of like Malosi golf, I guess, on YouTube, right? And it just blew up. And then after the audience saw me on Garrett's channel, Garrett's like, let's see what he's like on Good. And so then they invited me out to Paynes Valley for the Good Cup round two. And I went out there and same thing. It was super fun. My first ever Good video I was in, I won. It was just a blast. And so, yeah, it was good. The meetup was awesome. Like I said, it was like 10 seconds at the very beginning of just meeting each other. And then after that, he got my number and we chatted. And now we talk to each other probably twice a week.
That's awesome. So now, like you signed. I mean, is there like a contract that goes with that, or like, I mean, you're in the group, but is that? I mean, how does that work? 2-year
Yeah,
deal,
so
5-year deal.
I have it's like a year contract with them, I guess. But it's if I decide to be with the company for more than 3 years, there's like a retention thing, and so that's good. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have plans to leave Good, just because I don't know, why I would.
Yeah, nothing like golf, nothing like just golfing for a living, huh?
I know, and it's like,
Oh yeah,
it's like, it's like I don't have a reason to. Where I love the guys, um, I I get to play my own golf as well, like on my own. I get to film for my own self here and there. Um, and so, yeah, I mean, it's good. Yeah, it's a 1 year contract, and we can renew it if they want to keep me in June of this year. Hopefully, they do. But yeah, it's been a blast.
Well, we started a segment on our podcast that started to touch on YouTube golf, just because it's making such a push, and professional golf has been sort of a circus the past couple of years. And why do you think YouTube golf has been such a hit with golf people? Why do you think YouTube's a place where a lot of people have started to go to watch and get their fix of golf from?
Mainly because it's just a way for people, like an audience, to kind of see the ins and outs of how people are. Does that make sense? Like, you legit get to see how, like, I am as a person through YouTube golf. You know, if you watch a regular tournament on tour, all it's showing is them just playing golf. You don't get to like hear stories. You don't get to hear how they are. You don't get to, you don't get to just like see their personality on a PGA event, right? And so a lot of people probably like watching YouTube golf because you get to see everything. You know what I'm saying? You get to see if they're vlogging what they get in the morning for breakfast. You get to see, you know, what they're doing at night once they're done golfing. You get to see, you know, how they feel about a shot that they hit that wasn't good or was good, if that makes sense. I guess YouTube golf is so unique because you get to see the personality of a person, you know, play the game of golf. And it's a lot more relatable to people. You know what I'm
Hundred
saying?
percent.
If I
You guys can hit a shank every once in a while or something, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
brings it
It's
back.
not.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
not robot. You're
like
not a robot like Ludwig.
exactly like that Aaron Hills video you were talking about earlier, Mike.
Yeah.
Like I did, like I played so bad in that round, and it's one of those things that like, you know, you guys get to see. I'm not going out there and shooting under par every time like these pros are.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's what people like about it. But it's so funny because there's kind of like there's one con to that, and it's people thinking that they're, you know, a pro golfer behind a camera or behind, you know, the screen. Like
Yes.
if I have a bad round, all of a sudden I get just flamed in the comments about, yep, I knew it. I knew he wasn't, you know, X like a scratch golfer. I knew he wasn't this, he wasn't that. I'm just like,
It's
bro,
yeah.
like I
Here's the thing though for you, Mo. We've been on the golf course with rigs, like for 18 holes. We caddied for those guys when they were here in
oh
Minneapolis.
Lord,
Um, that guy, if you hit a few bad shots, that guy hits a lot of bad shots, and he gets flamed so much. It's unbelievable. But I think it's kind of a
I
bit for
know.
him. But
No, yeah, Riggs gets he gets eaten alive, and I feel very bad because like when we filmed with him with all of them in Hawaii, man, dude, I was like baffled at reading the comments because every comment was, you know, Riggs
Yeah.
this, Riggs that. I'm just like, guys, he's like the nicest human ever. Like, give
yeah,
him a break.
he's just a
Well,
But
normal dude. He's not a professional.
we had this conversation with Mac too. Like that is the one part that he brought up. Like he actually has a really hard time dealing with that because the negativity of the people, you know, on the behind the screens and what they're saying and typing. And it's like it's a you ask yourself why. Like what does it do for them to say that you're really bad? Like what I don't really
yeah,
what they get from that. But it's comes with the job, you know, like anything else. There's
yeah,
probably there's got to be a negative to everything, really, isn't there? Can't just
yeah,
be
and
all
it's
butterflies and rainbows.
amen to that. Yeah, it's like at the end of the day, I'm putting myself out there. You know, at there's gonna be people who just don't like you, right?
Yeah.
And you know, and it's okay. Like that's just how the world is, you know. And so I do think it's funny though because like people get kind of concerned, like, why don't you respond to those, Malosi? Why don't you do this? Or my favorite thing to do is when someone says a rude comment, I always respond back with, "Hey, I appreciate you for the comment. Much love. Hope you have a great day." Like
They
the
can't do
best.
anything with that. They can't do anything
No,
with
they
that.
No,
they they
like
want the reaction. They want the reaction out of you to get going and to get into some sort of argument. Is what they're looking for.
Exactly. It's like, why would I argue that? And it was so funny. There's this guy in one of the most recent good videos. I can't remember which one it was. It said something about how Blake and Mo, they're trash golfers. I could beat them any day. So I responded to it because I love responding to comments on YouTube. It's my favorite thing. Like, and it's not like I'm responding, you know, being a jerk. Like I said, if it's a rude comment, I'll be like, dude, thank you so much for the love. Appreciate you. I hope you have a good day. But sometimes people will say, like, oh my gosh, I love Mo, love this, love that. And I respond, you know, to those. But this guy said I could beat Mo and Blake straight up. So I responded, said, all right, bet. Let me know when you come to Utah. We'll make this match happen. and he didn't respond to that. And everyone, there was like a chain of comments saying, finally someone, a creator who calls the guy out and all this, right? This guy ends up DMing me, and I'm looking at the DMs, and he's like, hey dude, just want to say love your stuff. Hopefully we can actually make this match happen. Would love to get in the video. I just need to save up some money to get to Utah. And I'm like, this guy, like all right, bet, say less,
Yeah.
all right, yeah. And I'm over here like, I don't care, I really don't. It doesn't keep me up at night if someone comments something, but if you want to play a match against me, I'm down to play a match with anyone, right? Like, I don't, and if I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. Like, it doesn't matter. It's more so just the principle of like, if you're going to call me out, walk your talk. Don't just talk it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's
Exactly.
kind of like Riggs does. Riggs does those matches now with people that are always talking trash to him. It's kind of funny.
I know. I want to do something like that, but like Riggs has, I don't get that much hate on social media. So it's like if I did it, it wouldn't really, I don't know.
Yeah, you're
is
like
what
too
it
nice.
is.
You're like, yeah, it'd be really hard because you're such a nice, like you're too nice of a guy. Like Riggs has a little bit of fire back in him. I think it'd be hard for you to pull that off. Let me ask you, as a creator, you were part of the Creator Classic. I think did you caddy for
Brad.
Brad? Okay, you caddy for Brad. That is one thing that's kind of happening now, where we've got professional golf interacting with Creator and YouTube golf, and even in Live now, they've got Rick Shields, and that's starting to kind of come to fruition, where instead of trying to battle each other, they're starting to welcome that. What was that experience like? I know you didn't play in it, but you caddy, like you said, for Brad,
Yeah.
and they're going to do more of that this year.
Yeah, I was big jealous. First of all, I wanted to play so bad, but it just wasn't my time. It was cool though, dude. Like just being there, seeing the PGA get so excited about bringing, YouTube golf into play. It was unreal. You know what I'm saying? I had a blast with everything. I do believe that the PGA and the Live, they finally see how big of an impact YouTube golf is making in the space. Like you can see it. Like, did you guys see the video with Grant and Tony Finau?
I have not seen that one.
Okay,
No.
so Grant and Tony Finau were playing at Tony Finau's home course up in Alpine, Utah, and someone recognized Grant over Tony Finau.
I believe it.
You know what I'm saying? And so like that just shows you how big YouTube golf is getting, because like there will be times when like we're playing with some pro golfers that people are like, oh my gosh, that's good. Oh my gosh, that's Garrett, that's Mo. And then we're playing with the pro golfer. It's like, how do you guys not know who this guy is?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, well,
Wild.
I think people don't understand that YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, behind Google. So people are on there. There's billions of people on there every day.
I know. And it's like I said, it's easier to watch a YouTube video because, there's no, like, unless you have YouTube Premium, but like there's no commercials. It's all just the video that you're looking for. And so, yeah, it is cool. The Creator Classic was fun. I'm excited that there will be more this year. I told my agent the other day, I texted him, said, hey, dude, if you have any kind of inside scoop with any of the Creator Classic stuff, I want to get into any of them this year. I don't care that there's no money involved. Like, I just want to play. And so hopefully I
Because
get into one.
they're doing something at Sawgrass, aren't they? Before the players?
I believe so.
Yeah. That's what I think it is.
Well, as a creator, and I kind of put this close to like filmmaking, right? Like you get to a certain point where there's just no more, like it's hard to develop new stories or new things. And like, so as a creator, it can be very difficult. I noticed that in the YouTube space, they're trying to come up with these new ideas and all these things. And, you're going to get to a point where, man, you might run out of things to try or do. What do you do as a creator when we get to that point where, all these ideas have already been out there, or maybe put your own spin on it or rehash some things like old movies, making a new one that was from the old one. what happens when we get to that breaking point of there's just no the ideas out there running dry, and I mean you can only do so much hitting a golf ball, right? So
Yeah, I think, and that's the hard part right now is with Good. Like we came up with the whole Survivor video idea, and that video, that series did so well on YouTube. We're already in talks of doing season 2 of the Survivor Challenge. But like for my own personal channel, like it is kind of difficult to kind of come up with your own spin-off of things. And so basically, like, I know that a lot of people just love tournament golf. I don't know why, but everyone loves to see me playing in a golf tournament, individual. People love the collabs, like matches and stuff like that. And so kind of just like doing what your audience likes, I think is the most important part. You got to just kind of do whatever's going to help you get views, whatever's going to help you get likes, get engagement. But like finding new things is difficult because, like you said, how much can you do with the golf ball? You know what I'm saying? But there's things that people have done in the past that you just gotta. Where I'm so new into YouTube golf, I can kind of redo what people have done in the past and put my personality into it, and hopefully, it kind of does good. But if it doesn't, it's like, all right, well, that flopped. It's all right. We'll try a new thing. That's the beauty about being a content creator is you can fail so many times in this industry, and you just got to keep getting back up on the saddle and keep going.
They're going to run out of so many options, Jeff. They're going to have to come to Minnesota and play with us at some point in time when they've worn everything else out. Get out on Windsong. I'm pretty sure Dalkey played a college event there. They have the Gopher Invite there. Oklahoma won it one year when he was playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a great golf course.
well, Mo, I told you the reason we're able to interview right now is because it's so cold here in Minnesota. We can't even get to school today. So
yeah, it's 20 below right now with air temp. It's ridiculous.
Let me see. What's it like outside?
I'm sure it's beautiful there. Probably about 65 and sunny, probably.
Let me see. Oh, whoops. Oh, I can't flip the camera around.
it's all good.
Oh, wow. It's
Look at that.
bright outside.
Yeah.
That's not even fair. I don't know why we live here.
I let my dog out this morning, and literally she could barely take a pee, and her feet couldn't take standing on the snow anymore. She was so cold.
Yeah, it's pretty warm out here, guys.
That looks amazing,
Very
Mo.
nice.
That looks amazing. Well,
Yeah.
I got a question going off of like what are some of the most memorable you've been on a good like you said, gonna be on for about a year. You've probably been about half a year now. What are some of the most memorable videos or experience that you've been able to shoot so far? I know there's been a few out there. And just kind of sum up your time with them and what you've been able to accomplish so far in a short amount of time. And then I'm also curious to hear what has been your favorite group to collab with? What has been like the group that you've just gelled with outside of the good guys?
Okay. Answer your first question. My favorite memories with Good so far. My first trip, that will forever be my favorite trip. Going to Paynes Valley. We stayed in like the Big Cedar Lodge area. If you guys are ever out in Branson, Missouri, like that hands down is in my top 3 for locations I've ever played at. Like Paynes Valley is a beautiful golf course. They have Buffalo Ridge there. And then they have like all these other like par 3 courses. It's just it's the perfect golf destination if you just want to escape from the world, I feel. Anyways, that was my first trip with the Good Cup. And then my next favorite memory would be probably the Midwest Open. Like that week being in Indiana at French Lick, that was such a fun time because it was my first time playing in front of a bunch of people, like a live event. And that week, like I chipped in like 3 times, not like there were more hole outs because they're all like over 50 yards. The chip-ins were. And so like it was just like a very memorable week where that golf course is amazing. The people were so awesome. And then probably my last favorite good event that we've done was like that Whistling Straits and Erin Hills. Even though I played like trash that week, it was such a beautiful golf course. Like, if I'm gonna play like trash, I would want to play it at a course that is memorable.
Well, what was your take on those two courses? Like I've played them both too. Whistling is wild. It's like
Yeah.
I've played there twice, and both times it's like a 30-mile-an-hour crosswind and raining, and the caddy will be like, "Just hit it there." I'm like, "There, that 10-yard area when it's blowing 30
Yeah.
sideways. Come on, man."
No, yeah, it was so when we played Aaron Hills, like I said, I played so bad there. I couldn't hit the driver straight. And I was kind of in shambles. But the course was so pure. It's probably to this day one of my favorite courses, Aaron Hills is, was just because like when you think about a pure bent grass, just everything is just perfect. That course has it to a T. Whistling Straits was super fun. I'm a little sad though because when we're at Whistling, the front nine I shot like three over. Or sorry, we started on the back nine, and I was leading the entire group in a major there. So I'm over here like, guys, why do we have to take a 6 hour break? Like we literally, because we teed off at like 8 a.m.
Oh no.
To the back nine, and then we had to wait until 4 o'clock to
Oh.
come back and finish filming the front nine, but it was our back nine. And it sucked because like I had so much momentum going into that backside, and I lost it. I lost it bad.
You got iced.
I got iced. But also the wind picked up, and you know how whistling gets. It gets pretty
Yep.
gnarly. But overall, dude, like those are definitely like kind of the funnest memories I have with them. And then what was the other question with it? You said?
What group have you really enjoyed collabing with outside of Good Good? The one that like you've just had a lot of fun filming with.
Dude, I've had a ton of fun with Foreplay. Those guys are hilarious. Me and Trent, we get along really well in a golf cart. Me and Riggs are always just having a good time. And then Frankie is just the funniest person I know. Like those guys are hilarious. And now that they have Beef on there, I really want to meet Beef. I think he'd be a fun person to get along with. Um, of course, Busta Jack. I've always been a fan of them. Me and Mason are really close. Him and I get along really well. He's a dog. I haven't yet collabed with Bob Does Sports. We are in communication and talks of it. I know the world is waiting for a Fat Perez and a Big Mo.
A
Little
matchup.
match, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and so I've been kind of playing into the idea of like I think a fun little getaway would be like me, Mason from Busta Jack, Fat Perez, and I guess now Beef.
Big
I
boy
think it'd be
golf.
big
Yeah.
boy golf. I think it'd be fun to do like a little like week trip where we go out and film videos with each other. And so who knows? Who knows what that looks like? But that would be a dream.
Well, I guess any I mean, kind of to go off of that, any projects you have coming up that you know for sure is
Um,
going down?
I guess I don't really care to spoil it, but me and Sharf, we're going to be starting the series together, where him and I play matches, and then we also bring on guests. And our first guests are going to be the Pointer Brothers.
Oh,
There you go.
nice.
And so, because me and Sharf, we're big fans of the Pointer Brothers, and so we're gonna this year, this April, the four of us are gonna get together and film some content here in Utah, hopefully, and it'll just be a hell of a time.
Sounds amazing, Mike. I got a couple of quick hitting questions to wrap up. Anything else that you have
Well, I
before
just have
we?
a good kind of question. So, some of those guys live in a house together, right? Somewhere, and then some of you guys are kind of spread out all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm the only one that doesn't live in Dallas, Texas. Everyone else lives
Oh,
there,
they're all down there.
like camera guys, the talents. But a lot of like the funny thing is, everyone's kind of just growing up. Um, like Garrett, he just barely bought a house. It's just him. And then he had Blake and Jackson move in. And then what do you call it? Steve lives in his own place in the good house still by himself with one other camera guy, his name's Luis. Bubby lives in an apartment with his girlfriend. Sharf lives in a house with his wife, and Brad lives with his fiance.
I was gonna
Like,
say, well, that was gonna be my question.
Sean,
We'll
of
see how
course.
long this goes with when the women get involved. When they
Yeah,
decide to say you're out of the group house.
yeah. No, it's just funny to see because when I came into Good, everyone was kind of getting a little bit more serious in their relationships and stuff, and so it's just funny to kind of see Good, just grow up. Like everyone's just it's making a turn, and that's just how life goes. It's just a new era of Good, and it's going to be fun.
All right. Well, I just got a couple quick hitters, and we'll let you get going. I know you probably have a that the day looks like you should be out golfing, and I don't know what you got planned today, but seeing that made me pretty jealous.
Yeah,
All
it's
right. Well,
beautiful out here.
let's start with your current handicap.
This is the funny part. So there's a little
Uh-oh.
you.
Uh-oh.
It's supposed to be quick hitting. There's a story that goes with your handicap. Okay.
Well, do you want to know what my handicap is on gin, or do you want to know what my true handicap is?
Well, what both?
Okay. Oh, it went
Yeah,
down,
we
didn't
lost your
it?
picture.
We got audio
I
still.
know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I was looking at what it was on gin.
There
My
we go.
handicap is like a 3.2 or something on there. Um, and a lot of that is because I've put in, like I if I shoot a low score, I'm not putting that score in. Like if I shoot like a 70 or a 69, like that will never make the cut
Are you
on my.
sandbagging?
We're talking about
I
sandbagging
mean,
here.
Are you're coming out publicly and talking about being a sandbagger?
I'll admit it. I will admit it. I am a
There we go.
sandbagger. I
We like we like
I,
this. We like
I'm not
honesty.
gonna. I'm not gonna be. I'm not like shameful of it because here's the thing. I'm not. I'm not a pro golfer. I don't have any aspirations to go pro. So I look at it like this: if I'm gonna go play in an event, you know, and I don't, and if I'm a plus, because technically before that I was a plus 1.9, and I'm like, I'm not a plus 1.9. Like if I go play in a tournament, I'm shooting even to, 3 or 4 over par. You know what I'm saying? And so if I'm gonna go play in events now, I don't want to give strokes to people.
Love it.
And well, and Dalkey's played in the Masters and the U.S. Open. You need as many bumps as you can get.
Yeah, exactly. And so when we played in Hawaii, I got my handicap up to like a 3.9. Like I was putting in like 85s and 90s. I put a couple. I put a few hundreds in there, just to get my handicap to go up because we were playing a major in Hawaii and they gave me 6 strokes for the day, and I shot 1 under par on the front nine, just gross, like without the
Yeah.
strokes. So I was 7 under going into the back nine, and everyone else is like 1 to 2 over par. So it's like all I had to do was just make pars on the back nine, and I was going to beat everyone. That day, everyone said we're not using Mo's gin anymore. We're just going to play him as a scratch golfer, and so
Yeah.
So it didn't work out so well.
yeah, that
All
didn't
right.
really work out. But when I played in tournaments here at my hometown, you know, I don't want to play in the championship flight with all the D1 golfers. Or I don't want to do that. Put me somewhere where I belong.
Oh, I hear you. Well, what's your favorite course in Utah?
Um, Dang it, such a hard. My favorite course to play is Coral Canyon. That's my home course,
We're okay.
just because it's home.
Yeah. Oh
You know
yeah.
when you go on a vacation and you come home and you just feel comfortable. Whenever I come back to St. George, I go to Coral. That's home to me. And then, but probably the best golf course in St. George or just in Utah in general is probably Black Desert. That's where the PGA just came down to. That course is just it's so pure. It's so good. You
It's
know.
super unique too with the lava flows, and we
Yeah.
played it last August, 2 August. I can't remember. Right when they had opened up, basically we played it. A couple
Yeah.
of guys. Well, the other guy on the pod here that's not here today. But what do you think of Soldier Hollow. Is that
Soldier Hollow. Yeah, we played there a lot growing up because I'm from up that area. It's good. It's a hard course though.
is it?
One of those courses that like it's long. So if you're a short hitter, you gotta be dialed with your long irons. Um, it's also very windy because it's in a canyon. So you got to be able to play into the wind. I was hitting driver on some par threes there in high school because it's like 270 par three into a 20-mile-per-hour wind. You
Mm-hmm.
know, tee it low and hit a little stinger driver.
What about favorite course outside of Utah? I
Um,
know you played a lot, but just kind of pick one that you had fun at. Like,
Top of my head is Paynes Valley.
awesome. We have not been there yet. We're hoping to get there at some point. Favorite club in the bag?
Favorite club in my golf bag. I'm gonna say putter.
Okay.
What are you
I love.
gaming? Are you Callaway Odyssey? Are you guys all Callaway Odyssey stuff?
Yeah, I have the Jailbird, the mini.
Sure. What I
Silver
oh well,
Mini.
here while we're on that question, how is the you got the Elite? I'm assuming the new driver. It's
Yep,
pretty
I
good.
like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. It's a little bit less It's a bit. Sorry, I meant to say it's more forgiving than the other driver, the AI Smoke I had before.
Okay.
So I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
You kind of maybe you answered this one, but what good member do you have the most chemistry with? You kind of talked about doing a series with Sharf, but
Yeah. So me and Garrett probably like I get along really well with everyone. Let me just say that right now. Like it's weird. I'm the type of dude that like I'm good with every single person. I can relate to so many different gut people, you know. But like me and Garrett get along really well. He's probably one of my best friends. But someone who I relate to the most is Sharf, just because he's married, I'm married. He doesn't, drink. I don't drink, him and I play a lot of the same sports. Like he likes to bowl, ping pong, pickleball, basketball. Like him and I, we get along a lot in that sort of thing.
I would imagine in a group that big, there are some creative differences when you're trying to plan things out, how you want to do stuff.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
an interesting dynamic. That's a big crew you guys got.
yeah. No, yeah. It's a good time though.
well, this next I just have another one here quick. You already kind of mentioned this talking about Sharp, but any hobbies outside of golf that you spend time doing?
Man, dude, it's bad. It's really bad. I have way too many. I need to slow down. Really. Softball. I'm a big softball player. I have a game tomorrow night, a doubleheader, 6:30 and
Nice.
7:30. I'm excited.
Slow pitch
It's
softball.
yeah, dude. It's the season is back. I gotta get the cleats. I gotta get the cleats. All shined up. I get more excited for softball season than I do golf season. Like
They
it's
don't
just nothing.
they don't have that BS home run limit out there, do they? Because I used to play a lot of slow pitch softball, and then everybody went to all these home run limits. That's kind of boring.
Yeah, I know it sucks. They have it for the lower division. We're in the higher division, and so it's unlimited home runs for us.
Nice.
But yeah, dude, no, it's a good time. Softball, I play pickleball. If there's anyone here that is a pickleball fan, I'm a 4-5. I love pickleball. I've been playing, sorry, not my entire life. I've been playing since like 2017, pretty heavily. Ping pong, I'm a big bowler. I've been doing a lot of collabs with his name's Darren Tang. We did a collab together for bowling, and then we got another one pretty soon with some other professional bowlers. Um, Probably one of my worst hobbies it shouldn't be a hobby, but I'm a huge fan of is blackjack.
Ah,
Um,
sweet.
A little gamble. That's nothing wrong
Oh
with
yeah,
that.
yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta do a little gambling. You a card
Uh,
counter?
I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a card counter. I'm very strict to the book. I play double deck, single deck blackjack. Um, I will never play six deck blackjack ever again. We played out in Arizona last week, and it was bad, dude. It was so bad. I've never lost in blackjack that bad. like I did in Arizona. Like I had a losing streak, and normally when you play double deck blackjack, you can kind of get over your losses pretty quick, because just the cards, the math, it doesn't lie. And I got rinsed in Arizona.
Well, you got to be
So-
careful. St. George, that's a hop, skip, and a jump to Vegas. You got to probably,
Well, dude, we have Mesquite where Wolf Creek
Yeah.
is. It's
Oh,
only
okay.
30 minutes from my house. So me and the boys will drive down there on the weekends and go play. And because they have $10 minimum tables, so it's like, let's
That's
go
perfect.
sit there. But like, I'll be honest, like I'm an advocate that I think $10 tables, you just don't win. Like it's a slow grind, And so like if you go sit at a $25 table, and this is like my thing is like when you sit at a $10 table, you play with $10 players. But when you sit at a $25 table,
Yeah.
you play with people who know the book. You sit with people who, aren't slow at math. Like that's when you win big, is when you sit there. And like I'm one of those guys that if I go down there with $250, and if I make 500, I'm gone. I'm leaving, like that. Like, but if I lose 250, I'm gone. I'm leaving. Like, I'm not pulling money out.
I always thought it was kind of bullshit that if you're good at, you can count cards or whatever, and you know what you're doing, that the casinos will call you an advantage player and they don't want you playing. I'm like, that's garbage. They're not doing anything. You just know how to do it better than everybody else.
I know it sucks that it is that way, but like, I mean, that's really for people who are in Vegas, but like betting, stupid amount of money.
Yeah.
That get caught. If I'm only doing $50 hands, and then all of a sudden I raise my bet to $100, I bet they won't really notice me that much. But like the only time when I'm like trying to find the true count is in single deck blackjack, because I kind of lose the count in double deck and of course in six deck. But single deck, I can kind of like have an idea of where the count is. If it's +5, +8, I can kind of get it to that point. But even then, I lose it most of the time.
You just got to go to MGM and lose enough to let you out to Shadow Creek.
I know.
Which is it's fun. I've done that. You get the limo ride out there and everything.
I know, but I would rather win and have to pay for it than lose.
Okay, yeah, probably.
Offer me.
It was the guys in the locker room at Shadow Creek after our round. It was Masters Sunday, and they had so much money on the line. It was the year Hideki won. They were going crazy when he won. They had like 650 grand on the line or something when he won. It was wild.
It's disgusting. See, I'm not that big. I'm not a big dog like that. I hope I never get to that point either. I want to stay true to myself. $250 is my max, and just kind of go from there.
That's probably the only way to do it if you're really going to be disciplined, because as we know, we're not professionals in this. It's more for fun. If you win, great. If you lose, great. So, well, Mo, you've been very gracious with your time. We really appreciate it. We're looking forward to some of the creator stuff. We hope you get into one of the creator classics. That'll be a lot of fun to watch. We'll give you some shout outs. Just looking forward to your last part of the year, and hopefully they renew you again at good, and you can continue to change people's lives and just how you approach friendships and relationships, and of course hitting the white golf ball around too. So thanks for joining us, Mo.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks for coming on.
You guys,
if you come,
I'll get out and golf one of these days.
If you come out to Minnesota, you got to hit us up.
You get up here. We'll get you out wherever you want to play.
We know what, Mo? We know the guy that runs the 3M tournament. I'm going to send him a message. We got to get Mo out there, because there's a lot of like celebrity stuff that they do.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we can't pull some strings for you.
Let's try to make it happen. I'm down to clown.
All right, buddy.
All
Take
right.
care.
All right, boy.
Have a good one.
Talk soon. Bye.
Yep.
Yeah.